Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you guys are liking my videos. Please give a thumbs up button if you like the video, and please do like, share and subscribe amongst your friends. This is our day 12, that is part 5 of Shatavahanas. Today we are going to look into the administration part of Shatavahanas. Till today we looked into the region, the territory, what is the religion they followed, all this we have looked into, and now we are going to study about administration. So get all that energy back into you. With that energy, let's get started. Political administration. Talking about political administration, what does it mean? How was the king? Who all were the reporters? How was their levels of administration? The political nature of that time we are going to study in this slide. So what it says initially is, whatever the political administration that you are looking, it followed Mauryan model, meaning that whichever Chandragupta Maurya time, whichever they have followed the rules, regulation, probably they have taken most into their custom and they have followed it, right? And while they were ruling, they were not very hard. They followed dharma and they were not hard on people. Rulers are not cruel and they followed Dharma Shastra, just like Yudhishthir. If not Yudhishthir, but just remember, Yudhishthir followed Dharma, right? So likewise, if you are walking in Dharma, it means that you are doing good for good and bad for bad. With bad people you are behaving bad, with good people you are doing good to them. So this was their political administration. Talking about the levels, right? How was the level? Who was at the top? And what are the levels after that? For example, in India, how is the level? First will be coming president, prime minister, then our finance minister, then home minister. So these are the levels, right? Likewise, at that time, how was the levels? Let's see. First is the apex, the topmost head of the administration is our Raja or Maharaja. Right, he is the king, and only below him we have the entire administration. And after Raja and Maharaja, the prince or the crown prince, which you can say, he is Yuvraj. Who is Yuvraj? The first, whoever the child is born, whichever child is born first, he is defined to be Yuvraj. Like in Mahabharata, if you relate, Dhritarashtra is elder to Pandav, but again Yudhishthir was born first and Duryodhan is the younger ones, right? But Duryodhan came first in his mother's womb, but still he was not born first. Yudhishthir was born first. Yudhishthir came first on the earth. So that's why now Yuvraj, who will be termed as Duryodhan or Yudhishthir? Since Yudhishthir came first, he will be made as Yuvraj. So that is called the primogenitor, or the first one coming, or the first born son is the Yuvraj. Below them we have Vishwamatya, that is prime minister. Vishwamatya works closely with Maharaja. Let me remove this. He holds an important role, very important role, and he works very closely with Maharaja, and he takes the suggestion in all the matters. Prime Minister takes suggestion and works closely with Maharaja. After Prime Minister, we have Rajamatya. Amatya, who is Amatya? Here also we are seeing Amatya. Here also we have Amatya. So who is Amatya? Amatya means governor. Governor or a minister is called as Amatya. So below Vishwamatya, we have Rajamatya. And what else are the important ministers during that time? Let's see. First is Mahasenapati. Mahasenapati meaning head of the soldiers. Mahamatra. Maha meaning great, right? So from there we can term it as head. Mahamatra. Matra meaning department, right? So it can be any department. It is finance department, food department. So for every department, whoever is the head, they are termed as Mahamatra. And then what do we have? Mahataraka. Mahataraka meaning the one who takes care of the household of the noble family or the rich family. Okay, in our case it is Raja. So whatever household matters are there are taken by Mahataraka. And next coming to Bhandarika is food department. Whichever stores, whichever we have the food department, whoever is the head of those stores, he is called as Bhandarika. Then Hiranika. By the term Hira, you see Hira, what do you understand? It is a diamond. So by looking at the name, we can say that he is the head of money or treasurer, right? So this is the next level. What is the level below it? Let's look into this. The next level would be Ganapaka. Ganapaka, you see the term Gana, this refers to Ganit. Ganit meaning maths. So maths, how do you relate to a person? Accountant, right? Accountant looks into the matters of money. So that's why he is termed as Ganapaka. And then we have Pratihara and Duta. Duta meaning what? Dutudu vachade antam kada. So Dutudu, he always gets a message. So now Duta will become messenger. Okay. And next we have Lekhaka. Lekhaka meaning writing. So whatever is in the form of written format is taken care of Lekhaka, meaning he is the writer or the clerk. Now next we have Nibandhanakara, right? Nibandh meaning documents or books. Nibandh is documents or books or essays. So whoever takes care of those documents or the registrar of documents, he is called as Nibandhanakara. Then we have Patlika Palaka. This means that he is the director or he has extensive information about old stuff, meaning that in museum we have information, right? So what does a museum hold? It holds the ancient information and also art, architecture, all these details the museum holds. So he has the extensive knowledge on that museum. So this is the model of political administration in Shatavahanas. Understood? No more questions you should be having. The first thing is Maharaja, he is the head. Yuvaraja, the prince, the crowned prince is termed as Yuvaraja. Below him we have Vishwamatya, he is the very important minister and works closely with Maharaja. Below to Vishwamatya we have Rajamatya, he works with Vishwamatya. Below Rajamatya we have these levels. Mahasenapati, head of soldiers. Mahamatra, head of departments. Mahataraka, chamberlain. Chamberlain meaning one who looks into the households of noble or rich families. Okay, Bhandagarika. Bhandagarika meaning the head of stores. Hiranika. Hira meaning money. So it is treasurer. After this we have the levels of these. That is Ganapaka, accountant. Pratihara and Duta, messenger. Lekhaka, writer. Nibandhakaraka, registrar of documents. Patlika Palaka, meaning the director of archives, like archaeological department, whichever they take information about the ancient history time, whatever we are learning, it is stored in a museum. So he has knowledge on it and he looks into the museum and art part of those days. Right? Moving forward, now we will see how was their area wise distribution, like for geographical wise. I mean, for us it is like first country, then state, then city, then village, like that, right? So how was their political administration? We will look into in the next slide. So the complete empire, this was under king. I told what is empire. I am not going to repeat this. Whoever has questions, look back into my videos. I have already explained this and then only enter in this. So empire is looked by king. The next level is nothing but a state. We also have a state. For us, what is it? The first level. For first level, it is country. So like that, for them it is an empire. What is the next level for a state? So for them also it is province or state. And who was looking after a province or a state? It is Amatyas. Amatyas meaning governor. And their provinces were called as Aharas. How did the name Aharas come? Aharas are nothing but the headquarters of Amatyas. With that name only, they have got the name of Aharas. During that time, few cities which were really prominent were Govardhana, Nasik, Sopara, Mamala. So these were the cities which were really prominent. Because of foreign trade, whatever import export they used to occur at that time, or due to the agricultural revenue, whatever format it is, it was very prominent during that time. Inside a city, we have a grama or gramini or a village. So this grama was looked by gramini. Okay, and this grama used to consist number of villages. A group of villages is termed to be as grama. Okay, so this is about one province. Like that, we have multiple provinces, right? So few provinces were actually under the rule of the king and few were autonomous. Autonomous meaning the king doesn't has any look into of those matters. He doesn't look into any of those matters, right? So who looked into these matters? It was looked by Maharathis or Mahabhojas. I already talked about Maharathis in my previous videos. Who are there? It was present in Ashoka's inscription. It was present in many inscriptions. So this Mahabhojas are nothing but they are the feudatory kings of the Shatavahanas, meaning they used to report to Shatavahanas. And Maharathis, they were related by blood to Mahabhojas. Okay, so they used to take care of that. But during the end of that situation, meaning that when Shatavahana was about to decline, at that time Mahasenapatis used to take care of this, because they need to fight war or they need to protect their empire. That's why Mahasenapatis used to take care of their administration. This was the complete geographical idea of Shatavahanas. Now we are going to look into the military part. How was their military camps at that time? Okay, so here we have the camp, right? Military camp. Whichever the temporary military camps they used to build, it was called as Skandhavara, and the permanent military camps were called as Kataka. We need to remember these two. It is important. The permanent military camp is called as Kataka and the temporary military camp is called as Skandhavara, right? Skandhavara meaning okka nimisham, right? Skand, minute. So like that you remember. The temporary military camp is Skandhavara and the permanent military camp is Kataka. Now talking about Nigama Sabha. We have seen about the empire meaning country, we have seen about the state, we have seen about a village, we have seen about a grama, but we haven't talked about the cities, right? So those cities were ruled by a set of group set of people or a group, they were called as Nigama Sabha. Okay, so during the time of Shatavahanas, few cities actually was very progressive because of the foreign trade whichever used to happen. Among those, the main we need to talk about is Pratishtanpura. Pratishtanpura, where is this? This is again in Maharashtra. This was our Shatavahanas capital initial. Then Sopara, Nasik, Govardhana, Tangada, Kanheri, Kalyana, Vaijayanti, Amravati, Vijayapuri and Srikakulam. Of these, whichever are important, I am going to point out. First is Pratishtana. We have to remember. Then we have to remember Vaijayanti. Then we have to remember Amravati. And next Vijayapuri we have to remember. So these are the important cities that we have to remember. And one question which will be asked is, in Vaijayanti, which river flows? So it is Tungabhadra. We have to remember that point also. Now talking about the Nigama Sabha, who were its members? Members would be Gahapatis and representative of merchant guilds. Gahapatis meaning whichever households people used to do. Meaning, intlo undevalu. Households, like our mom takes care of our households, right? So like that, whoever takes care of the household people, those are called as Gahapatis, the head of household, right? And next, representative of merchant guilds. Merchant we know. And guilds meaning that people belonging to the same profession is known as guild. So merchant guild, they were also, who were representative of those merchant guilds, they were also a part of Nigama Sabha. Okay, now talking about what is the source of income at that time was their land revenue. Land revenue meaning what? Many things will come, like tax on land, agriculture, right? So these are many ways to get income from a land. So whichever agricultural land was there, whatever agriculture used to happen at that time, some part of the income was used to go to king. So that share is nothing but called as Mahabhaga or Bhaga, and this was 1/6 share. Okay, it means that if I earn 6 rupees on my land, then 1% tax I have to give to the king and 5 rupees will be to me. So this tax is nothing but, or the share is nothing but called as Bhaga. And whoever people who used to investigate the land, whether it is a dry land or wet land or residential land, if crops can be grown in that area or buildings can be built in that area, the land investigation whoever used to do, those were called as Rajjugahaka. And how did the name Rajjugahaka come is, it looks like in Ashoka's inscription, he mentioned the land surveyors or the land investigators as Rajjuga. So from this we can say that Shatavahanas also followed the same culture, right? So with this we have seen the overview of Nigama Sabha. What is Nigama Sabha? These are the groups who takes care of the cities or the city matters. Moving forward. Next is social and economic status. So economic condition, what we have seen, they used to get income from land. If they are getting the income, they have to use coins, right? What are the coins used to be in the format? It used to be copper, lead, tin and silver, right? And now talking about the religion, what was the religion they followed? Starting with Simukha, he was actually a follower of Jainism. But then after Ashoka's people were more inclined to Vedic religion, that's why he has taken Vedism. So the religion they followed is Vedic religion. Now until Gautamiputra Shatakani, the Vedic religion was going properly. But after that, the queens became the master of Buddhism. So parallelly, Vedic and Buddhism were going together, right? And also at that time, the foreign tribes meaning the people who are foreigners, they were also they have adapted or they have made themselves accustomed to Hinduism, and they were trying to mingle with people. How they were mingle with people is by getting into marriage. Like I said, if you have to make a relation with a person, what is the easiest way? You just give your daughter or you just make your son wed to that family, and that's how they would become your relatives. So that culture these foreign tribes used to follow, who Sakas, Yavanas, and they used to adapt to what? Hinduism and Buddhism, right? And what are the different castes we used to have at that time? It was 4 castes. One is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. This is the basic caste system that we know from our childhood, and that is followed by Shatavahanas, right? So our Gautamiputra Shatakani, he actually did not like the foreign tribes getting mingled into the local people. So he tried to stop Varna Sankara. Varna Sankara means the child who is born illegally. How do I put this is, if a widow gets married to a different person and she conceive a child, so that can be termed as Varna Sankara. If you relate this to Mahabharata, you can see Pandu and Dhritarashtra. They were not born normally. They were born after his father died. So people say that when you born like that, then you have some impurities in yourself. You don't turn out to be a good child. So probably Gautamiputra Shatakani had that in his mind, and he tried to stop that, and he was successful to some extent. So this is one point which Gautamiputra Shatakani tried to stop. And there were 4 classes or profession during that time. Based on the profession, the classes were being defined. So first class is nothing but Maharathis, Mahabhojas, Mahasenapatis. Like I said, Mahasenapatis are who? He is the head of the soldiers. Mahabhojas are nothing but the feudatory of Shatavahanas. Maharathis, they are in blood relation with Mahabhoja, right? So next, Amatyas and Setis. Amatyas are governors. Setis are Namaste Setam Gortam Gada, Balya Setli. So these are Setis. Next is Halika. Halika meaning cultivator, farmers. Okay. And next we have Vachika, Kolika and Kammara. Kolika ante weavers. Weavers ante kuttevalu. Kammara ante blacksmith ante iron తో పనిచేసేటోళ్ళని కమ్మరోళ్ళు అంటాం. Vachika ante carpenter, wood related work. And people who were belonging to the same professions, they were grouping themselves as Shrenis or guilds. Shreni meaning a class, okay? Guild or Shreni, these are all same, okay? So this guild meaning, again I am repeating, people from the same profession who are grouped themselves to achieve one common goal are nothing but Shrenis or guilds, okay? So this is also very, very important. Who are Shrenis or guilds? So we have seen what are the classes based on the profession. First, Halika, cultivator. Seti or Seti, merchant. Vachaka, carpenter. Kammara, blacksmith. Suvannakara. Suvanna is nothing but gold. So that is goldsmith. Tilapisaka. Til or tail. Like that you remember oil. Okay, Tilapisaka is oil manager. So with this we have looked into social and economic conditions during that time, and tomorrow we'll be looking into few other topics like their religion and how was the position of the women during that time. Were they given the good amount of respect during that time or not? What is the language they used to follow? What was the literature? All this information. Okay, so I hope you like the video. If you like it, please do share it amongst your friends. And there is one big news for you guys, which is we have launched our web page. For more information, you have to look into the link or the description of this video, and you can get the web page. Orally, if I have to tell, it is my TSPSC preparation.website2.me. Okay, thank you guys. Please stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, and keep learning. Thank you.